All right, so we got a new clip here from the Bad Friends podcast featuring Louis C.K. And we're going to hear Louis C.K. give Bobby Lee some comedy advice.
No,
I'm on your show.
I know, but can I ask you one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I want this is the way, because I want to be real for a second.
Sure, I'm listening.
Okay, so I've always been obsessed about killing. So I'm not as prolific.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, and I haven't changed my. I mean, right now I'm doing a special for Hulu, so I'm trying to come up with new stuff.
See, as I said, when it came to the new details about Bobby Lee's special, I had already said that this guy is doing jokes from 2001. He's still doing those jokes, folks. And here we got him asking Louis C.K., hey, man, how do I come up with new shit?
But my point is that I'm so afraid of not killing that I'm in a fucking rut.
Totally.
Because of that fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I know that there's more that I can do. I know there's more that I can say.
And this is exactly why I pointed out the fact that, you know, Bobby on Tiger Belly, even here on Bad Friends, he doesn't really promote dates. He doesn't promote dates in the sense that, hey, I'm performing in Ohio, or I'm performing in X, Y, or Z, right? He never does that. And I always found that interesting. And then you find out, oh, he's performing at these same places because he's doing the same material, man. You can't go to another club, sell tickets that's not your home club, and hope that people are going to come watch you do jokes that they've already seen. Or not even just that, but new jokes. And you're not going to kill. You got to kill on the road. Home club, that's for practice. And if that's where he's constantly doing his material, how is he not doing new material? Constantly performing at the Comedy Store, right? Improv. It's like they've seen it all.
And I just don't do it because I hate bombing. You know what I mean? And it's like, I just know that I'm not growing. And I know that, you know what I mean, you're very prolific. If I can say that.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. I mean, you're one of those comics that, like, if you're performing, like, all the comics will run into the room to watch you. When I perform, they fucking leave. Like, it's a fucking fire.
Well, they don't leave.
They do. The whole background.
None of that matters.
Okay.
Fuck the other comedians. That's not your audience.
Okay.
You're not doing this for them.
Yeah, who am I doing?
That's absolutely right. You're not doing it for them, Bobby. You're not doing it for them, Andrew. You're doing it for your actual comedy fan audience. That's why it kills me so much when guys like Rick Glassman will do a podcast that so many comedy fans like, but then he'll just sabotage it by having some, you know, secondary actress or some weird musician. It's like, you're not listening to your audience whatsoever, man, if this is the route you keep going. And I suppose neither is Tiger Belly because they keep having Kalila.
Who am I doing it for?
They're just their competition and their colleagues. They're just people that also do what you do.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with them.
Yeah. How do I get over this rut, though?
You know, what you're describing is a very important thing, and it's a very vulnerable place to be. You know exactly what you have to do. Your problem is your solution's right in front of you.
What is it?
It's just you gotta get over it. No, in other words, you're. I mean, what I'm saying is you're way ahead of the game.
Sometimes, as simple as it is, it's all you need. That little bit of advice. You're just gonna have to get over it, dude.
Because a lot of people don't understand what their problem is.
Yeah, I totally understand.
And that is the basic problem for most comedians. Because they're afraid of that feeling. I'm not killing. I was raised to kill as a comic. I started in Boston. And in Boston, it was like, you might get hurt if you don't kill. Because the room might get really nasty.
Right.
And someone might throw shit at you. They might...
You know, it's kind of crazy when you think about the amount of talent that has came out of Boston as far as comedy is concerned, right? And yet, one of the top guys isn't even a good comic, right? Joe Rogan is dog shit. And he came from Boston where all these killers are from. They don't respect him, man. There's no way that they do.
They might wait for you outside. Like, there's a feeling in Boston of like, there's the bad version of this is fucking bad. Yeah. And also there was this kind of like this biting spirit there. So I liked it. I was 18 when I started, so I was killing. It took me a long time to realize that this is. I still try to untrain myself. There's bits where I'm like, that crushes, but it's not making me better. I got to stop doing it. Wow. So
now that is the real advice right there. The comedians that know that they're not growing from a specific bit, they just keep doing it. They'll just keep doing it until, the cows come home. It's not growth. It's no different than MMA fighters that have one thing that they're really good at, and they've been successful with it, but then somebody's just a little bit better at that thing, and because they haven't grown any other skills, they lose. You got to keep growing. That's what this game is, man. And the best way to do it is to keep performing. And that doesn't mean keep performing the same material.
So it's not only not wanting to bomb, it's also like backing away from the obvious sometimes and just going like, yeah, that bit annihilates. But
yeah,
what are we doing?
You know better, yeah.
Yeah. It's not. There's no quality to it. There's nothing that's. And it's not taking me anywhere new.
Honestly, that sounds like Louis is talking about Tony Hinchcliffe and Joe Rogan's entire comedy personas. Like, you keep doing this one thing, this one specific thing, and yeah, it works for a little bit, but it's not gonna last. It's not really funny.
I mean, the thing is, the problem with comedians is they take everything very personally, and it's a scientific thing, kind of comedy, and it's an art. So you should think of the privilege the work. What matters is this bit, right? Like, I was watching this kid in New York, and he was doing bits about the election, the last one, and it had been over for a while, and the bits were strong, but people weren't really.
So of course you got to have, Louis C.K. being the veteran that he is, giving these guys comedy advice. It's a little bit different when it's Bobby Lee, who's the same age, been in the industry as long, if not longer, and he's the one asking and getting advice, whereas Andrew Santino's just sitting there. They do get to the point where they start talking to him, and you come to find out that Andrew doesn't even remember that he's done 3 specials.
Weren't really into it.
Yeah.
And he made some comment on stage like, "Oh, I guess you guys don't like my politics or something." And I pulled him aside afterwards and I said, "It's because it's an old topic. No one wants to hear about it, old elections." And he said, "I know, but these bits were killing, and I don't want to let him go."
Yeah.
And what I said to him was, because he was a very young guy, so I said, if you took the 2 minutes of political material and instead you stood there and did nothing, you'd grow more as a comic.
Wow.
It'd be better for you as a comedian.
Yeah.
So you're trying to make us believe that Bobby Lee has never heard anything like this? He's never seen a comedian do that on stage? Weird.
I think every comedian should try to put, especially in these workout sets in the clubs,
Yeah.
at some point have like an alarm go off or some way that you go, I'm going to do 90 seconds. I got no act. Just 90 seconds of just try to see what happens if you don't keep coming with it.
Yeah, the last thing we want Louis C.K. doing is to keep coming, right?
It's that panic moment of like, I got to kill right now. If you can just get past it, it's like the sound barrier, with that big explosion.
Yeah.
On the other side of the sound barrier is like, there's a calm. You go like, "Ooh, I got pop."
All right, so basically what he's saying is just to live in the moment, be in the moment. And one of my favorite comedians of all time, Stephen Wright, very much lived in those moments, lived in the silence, and killed. But it is kind of interesting, like I said, to see somebody who's been in comedy as long as Bobby Lee looking for advice still. And I guess that's what happens when you're not doing specials. So in about 7 or 8 years, Tony Hinchcliffe is going to be doing the same thing. He's going to be asking these veteran comedians, like, what do I do to do a special? How can I do a special? Because you can't do a special just roasting. That doesn't even make any sense. But if you like this reaction, hit the like, hit the subscribe. But until the next one.